Welcome all to the Serendib Aquatics. Today we are going to talk about one of the most beautiful and rare wild betta varieties, called Betta Channoides. It is a very beautiful, unique, large betta fish. This one has another common name called Snakehead Betta. This fish is uncommon but popular among aquarists due to its iconic features such as coloration and unique behaviors. The wild populations of this fish are unfortunately suffering. At the moment, few rare fish breeders are cultivating and preserving this magnificent species with captive breeding. They are mouth brooders. This fish is categorized as a rare betta fish, and the price range will be very high for each fish. That is due to the fact that most of the time they came as wild-caught fish, and very few came as captive bred. Following these videos, you have the opportunity to gain much more knowledge about keeping and breeding this amazing betta fish. Here we will share our experiences, which we have while going through many more failed attempts until we get successful results with acclimatization, keeping, and breeding them. Here we talk about the origin, natural habitat, and classification of the fish, its appearance and behaviors, water chemistry that is compatible with raising Betta Channoides, sex differentiation of Betta Channoides, unique diet and dietary habits, and the most important and interesting part of the video, which is how we breed them without any issues. This video is a product that contains many more important points throughout the video. Please try to grab all the details in this video without missing anything. First, we will go through our intro. Now we will talk about the origin, natural habitat, and classification of Betta Channoides. This amazing little fish is native to the scenic island of Borneo, Indonesia. We can predominantly find them in the Mahakam River Basin in East Kalimantan province, with additional populations found in Sungai Mariam, Muara Pahu, and Mujup. However, the highest price variant collects near the Pampang village. Originates in Indonesia, especially in East Kalimantan and Borneo Islands. They are living in shallow, clear waterways. These bettas thrive in environments characterized by soft, acidic water. Therefore, in a captive setup also, they like fine substrate and much more vegetated, clear, slow-moving water. Creating an appropriate habitat for Betta Channoides involves providing a shaded aquarium adorned with plenty of driftwood. Driftwoods gradually release tannins into the water and keep the water pH value in low levels. And also tannin will act as antimicrobial agent. Dense vegetation creates a sense of security for the fish. Furthermore, maintain the aquarium with darker substrates. Moderate lights and backgrounds can effectively accentuate the vibrant colors of these bettas. The average lifespan in a natural habitat will go 2 to 4 years, and it will increase up to 5 years in captive setups. Now we talk about the appearance of Betta Channoides. An adult Betta Channoides fish size is approximately 2 to 2.5 inches in length. This mouth-brooding betta is commonly called the Snakehead Betta. They have large scales on the top of their heads, like snakehead fish. They are characterized by their elongated, slender bodies, accentuated with white-edged caudal, anal and ventral fins. They sport a reddish-brown body with dark brown fins, with males typically exhibiting more vibrant colors than females. According to the catching location, they have some color changes. This fish really can show off its beauty in sunlight or low light conditions with much more vegetation. According to their behavior analysis, betta fish are known to be fierce fighters, especially towards their own species or species that are similar in appearance, but they can peacefully cohabitate with other fish and invertebrates. Not recommended for the standard community setup for reasons already touched upon. Its requirements and disposition mean it's best kept alone or with very peaceful species, since much bigger or more vigorous fish are likely to intimidate and outcompete it. It's best maintained in a pair in a separate tank setup if you wish to breed it, but a group could be maintained in a sufficiently large aquarium. Darker substrate will also often result in better coloration. Here you can see I use river sand for the substrate. Now you can see how the color of fish. It is amazing. They have the best colors I have ever seen in my life. Floating plants and driftwood diffuse the light and create a more natural habitat in my aquarium. Betta Channoides is a very unique and beautiful fish variety in the Betta Channoides group. They are jumpers, definitely. If you do not put a 100% closed lid on your tank, they will jump out from your tank. Therefore, keep the tank closed on top. I have experienced one of my Channoides jumping through the small opening of the glass lid. Now we will look into their Tankmates. I recommend keeping them in a separate tank without any other Tankmates. Most of the time in a large tank with very good hiding places, we can keep an adult pair or multiple individuals. Time to time, they will show aggressive behavior, but female fish will serve you in hiding places. Betta Channoides will eat anything that is compatible with his mouth. Therefore, we can keep any large species, those who are not compatible with his mouth, like large shrimps and other fish varieties. You can see in my tank they are alive with wild Neocaridina shrimp, but the only thing is they will eat my shrimplets. Now we are talking the water chemistry of their habitat. Wild bettas are very hard to care for. All you have to do is replicate their natural habitat in your fish tank. Add a lot of live aquarium plants to replicate their natural environment. And using driftwood, multiple natural decorations can be added. The minimum tank size should be 10 gallons. The ideal water parameters for these fish are: water should be aerated, thus we can use sponge filter with aeration. Live plants and dim light may give the best appearance of natural habitat. I used coconut shells to create some hiding places for. Most of the time they like to go and hide under the coconut shell. Water temperature is 24 degrees Celsius to 28 degrees Celsius, 75.2 to 82.4 Fahrenheit. Water pH 4 to 6. TDS value should be 100 to 120, but can tolerate up to 140 TDS value. Can tolerate GH value in between 3 to 6. When the temperature reduces to 24 degrees Celsius, 75.2 Fahrenheit, they will show more colors, and activities also markedly increase. The system should be free of ammonia. Also, keep in mind that aquarium setup should be cycled for at least 1 month, and should start a good nitrogen cycle inside the tank. Therefore, you should prepare the tank and introduce some hardy fish, such as guppies, to the tank and feed them every day, and then your tank nitrogen cycle starts slowly and is established in the tank. Then it will adjust automatically for your quantity of fish slowly. Water should be tannin color. We are using Serendib Aquatics herbal tannin mixture to create a tannin-colored healthy environment. This product contains 100% natural ingredients that have the ability to help maintain good water conditions while adding tannins to the water. Now we are talking about sex differentiation. When they become sexually mature, it is very easy to differentiate between males and females. There are distinct characteristics that set them apart. Males have more pronounced orangey red coloration on their bodies and fins compared to the females. Males are slightly larger than females. Male fins are more elongated than females. Males have a broader head shape than females. Males have larger mandibles than females. When they mature, we can see eggs in females. Now we will talk about how to acclimatize them to our aquarium. At first, my opinion is when you buy fish, please select juvenile fish or groups of fish. They are easy to acclimatize to our water parameters. At first, you should have stabilized the tank for them. That means tank should have prepared at least 1 to 2 months before and have well-established nitrogen cycle. Tank water parameters as mentioned above. When you receive the fish, first check your water parameters and confirm that they are in the correct range. At first, we should do temperature acclimation of the fish. Take the fish bag without opening it and put it into the fish tank that you are going to put the fish in. Keep it half an hour. Then your fish bag water gets the same temperature as your main tank has, and your fish are already adjusted to that temperature. At second, we should do drip acclimation. Open the fish bag and slowly put the fish with water into a small empty tank. Then put an irrigation line from your already prepared tank. That water drop rate should be 1 drop for 2 seconds. Observe the behavior of fish and lower the rate if fish get abnormal stress behaviors. Otherwise, keep the dripping until double the water volume in the tank. After your drip acclimation procedure, you can see the behavior of fish. Then you can decide that your tank parameters are okay or not okay to put the fish in, if you feel okay. Slowly put the fish into the prepared tank. We will talk about how to breed Betta Channoides. Betta Channoides are mouth-brooding species of wild betta. What we should do is make the natural breeding habitat for them. They need at least a 10-gallon tank for breeding. You can see I use some coconut shells for shade, but the other purpose I put those coconut shells to is to give shelter for their breeding behaviors. They prefer one-sided open shelters for breeding purposes most of the time. We use coconut shells, but you can use one-side open caves for it. Tannin-colored water and low pH with dim light perfectly match for spawning behavior. When you select the male and female, you can put them in this tank. They will settle in this breeding tank within 2 days. If they are okay with each other, you can see both are going everywhere, with no territorial behaviors from each other. This is the initial behavior for breeding. Your male shows much brighter colors than before. The female belly gets enlarged, and you can clearly see it is full of eggs. Now this is the time to trigger the spawning. You can do a 20% water change late at night, and the next day feed them with much more live food than previous days. I use fresh frozen bloodworms for it. Within 24 hours they will spawn. As normal betta varieties, the male gets wrapped with the female. In here, the first female fish take the eggs into their mouths. When the egg-laying process is over, the female releases eggs near the male. Male fish quickly take the eggs one by one into his mouth. Then he will hold the eggs for 14 to 21 days. Now you can see under my coconut shell the male is holding. What are the things not to do when he is holding? Never disturb the fish. Turn off the lights and keep him in a calm and quiet environment. If the female fish is disturbing to the male, you can remove the female very slowly. Then he will hold them, and when the fry are large enough to release, he will release them. If you disturb the male, he will swallow the eggs. Some males need 2 to 3 spawning to learn how to hold perfectly for 14 to 21 days. Until then, they will eat eggs. Don't worry if your male continuously eats eggs. You can try with some other male fish. Most of the time, they will learn it with time. Wait until he learn how to hold eggs. This male also eat his eggs 4 episodes, but this time, he is holding. I hope some healthy fry this time. I will update you later about fry of this spawn. This is the whole story behind the successful keeping of wild Betta Channoides without major issues. It is a very difficult task. You will go through many more failed attempts, but this video will guide you to avoid failures and go toward the successful keeping. Thank you for joining Serendib Aquatics. If you have any questions or any comments, feel free to comment below. I will try to reply to all comments. You can share your knowledge with others about wild Betta. Put your experience as a comment below. Serendib Aquatics will see you in our next video as soon as possible. Hang on with Serendib Aquatics. If you think this will help you with your aquarium journey, please be kind enough to subscribe Serendib Aquatic YouTube channel for new updates.